what we're really focused on with education is educating our youth that these are temporary problems,
right,
and don't take a permanent solution.
Absolutely.
And so through speaking engagements and getting our name out there and our bracelets out there and everything else, we are facilitating a way for them to process, wait a minute, maybe I can take just a minute.
So hey, it's Deb, and this is Happy Hour with Deb, and today, I just don't have somebody that's like crazy important. I've got a sister in the house, family, like, this is gonna be amazing for all of you. This is Camile Caraway, and she has been a lifetime friend, and stay tuned. She's changed this world for the better. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming down here and hanging out with me. It's amazing to see you.
The honor is all mine, Debbie.
Oh, my
and
gosh.
I wouldn't have missed a chance to see you anyway.
Oh,
I love you,
so
and you are my family.
Oh,
so,
thank you so much. That means so much to me.
So I appreciate you having me.
Oh, we're gonna have you back all the time.
I
so
appreciate
get comfortable.
it. Yes.
Get comfortable. Right? Get mic'd up. Take the mic home.
Take it home. Get used to it. You're good.
Amen. Get used to it.
Yeah.
So your story is so important that I'd like to get into that.
I would love to.
Great.
So I have 3 children that are the loves of my life, as we all think of our children.
Wonderful, wonderful. I've had the honor and privilege of watching these kids grow up and being an important family member in that.
Yes, you have. You were literally one of the first people to ever hold my
True.
little bitty 3-pound twins. So
you could hold one in each arm with that.
Yes. So my 3 children, Riley, Savannah, and Parker. Riley and Savannah are now 26. And my youngest son.
And we're 29.
I know, it's hard to believe, right?
Damn it, I hate when my kids keep kids.
I know, they caught up.
I know. Crazy.
So Parker was 16 back in 2018, and there was a bit of a perfect storm that happened in our life, all of us as a family. And I was getting a surprise divorce after 23 years of marriage.
Yes.
And the surprise being that there was another woman in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And
wow.
so
I think I'm still a little shocked, to be honest.
Yeah, he doesn't actually get to occupy any space in my mind.
Fantastic.
So,
I love that.
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So my pain is for my children.
Absolutely.
But during the time that I filed for divorce, I then 30 days into that, I lost my dad, who I know you hold near and dear to your heart.
You don't even know. Some of my fondest memories were having dessert with them.
I know. And
listening to the stories and just hearing. Yeah, he was a true Southern gentleman and just one of the kindest men I've ever met in my life.
And a powerful public speaker and a leader in this world.
And humble and kind.
Very, very humble and kind and a good Christian man.
Yes,
so.
He really was.
Yeah.
And he served this great nation. So
He
thank
did.
you
Yes.
from us for that.
Yes.
Because anybody that puts their life on the line to keep our family safe is
Yes.
a true hero.
Absolutely. And he
the
was
man was
indeed.
amazing.
He
Yes,
was indeed.
He
So
truly was.
being the very important piece of our family, 30 days into the divorce proceedings, we lost my dad. And then 28 days later, we lost my youngest son, Parker, who was 16 at the time. And he passed on February 5th, 2018, at 16 years old, a sophomore in high school. And we did not have any warning. We did not have any signs that he was struggling to that degree. We knew he was upset about everything that had happened. We were all upset.
Absolutely.
But we didn't have any signs that he would take such a permanent solution to temporary problems.
Yes.
But as we know now, living the life that we've lived and learning more about, suicide and suicide prevention, at 16 and a boy,
You can't process. He didn't know how to process
it. And he just
totally not his
couldn't.
fault. Because
Nope.
who builds that into their children? That
Right.
this is what's going to happen.
Right. And he just could not, that frontal lobe wasn't developed, and I'm no scientist, but I've read enough to know that
Absolutely.
he just couldn't process everything that was happening all at once, in a short blip of an eye.
Literally
blink of
a
an
blip.
eye.
It was literally like, it was a whirlwind.
It was.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So that then I had quite an epiphany. God has spoken to me audibly twice in my life. And one of the things that God said, which I thought was really, really interesting, I was laying in bed, wasn't asleep. I was laying there just at peace, not looking at my phone, nothing. And clear as a bell, I heard the good Lord say, you are either a victim or a survivor. Camile, which do you choose?
Wow.
And prior to that moment, I had been thinking of ending my life. So the miracle, one of the miracles, is that I'm sitting here today.
Truth.
And from that, I literally got up, threw on my sweats, and I was still at the point in my life where you can't even function after losing a child.
Absolutely. And yes.
And
it was devastating. It was very tragic and
really, like I said, I've lost both of my parents, all relatives. I've lost my brother, but nothing compares to losing my child.
You don't ever think you will have to.
No, it's not. It's not the way that the good Lord means it to go.
No way. Agreed.
So, I literally stood up. Literally, in every sense of the word, I stood up, and I contacted an attorney and a friend of mine, and I said, I can't sit by and let this happen to anybody else if I could help it. What can I do, just little old me, to see if I can help somebody else in the universe never lose a child or a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister.
It all boils down to the suffering that you felt. You just didn't want another.
Exactly.
For the listeners, Camile is one of the strongest human beings I know, and she's a go-getter, and she's a lover of life, and she's truly just a people-centered human being. You love human beings.
I do.
You put them first, and it's miraculous how you do
you.
that. So, yeah, and that pain, you just didn't want another person to feel that same pain.
I did not. And you start thinking, Debbie, like, I'm just one person. What's one person going to do in a nationwide, worldwide epidemic? Like, what's one person going to do?
Absolutely.
But what I figured out was time and time and time and time again, Debbie, I have seen miracles happen in front of my face.
Amen.
And what Parker Strong for Suicide Prevention and Education does, we are a 501c3, so we're nationally recognized. And what we do is we are devoted to suicide prevention through education, prevention, and counseling services for those that are struggling with either thoughts of suicide or those that have been left behind. So we are kind of a middleman, and we're very grassroots organization.
Yes.
So we are I have huge applaud for what the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention does.
Absolutely.
All those organizations are amazing, and they're so big. In fact, did you know, Deb, that there have been so many suicides since 2020, since the pandemic of 2020, that they made a whole new number, and now instead of 911, you call 988.
Yes, I know
988 is your crisis number. Mm-hmm. They had to make a nationwide number. There's so many suicides. They couldn't handle the volume between 911 people and suicides.
Right.
It's
tragic.
It's tragic.
Amen.
And so instead of thinking all about I'm just one person, I decided that our slogan would be stand up, be brave, and move forward, because we are truly stronger together.
Amen.
So
True.
what if,
Very
Debbie,
true.
I reach across the table and I grab your hand?
Let's do it.
And then you reach across the aisle and grab somebody else's hand.
Right.
And then that goes on and on and on.
We're stronger and we're better together.
We are better together.
Absolutely.
And contrary to popular belief, this world is still a good world, and there's good people in it.
Yes. And this is an amazing country. We're lucky to live in
We
such
are
an
very
incredible
lucky
country.
to be here.
Yes.
So
explain to the listeners how you started this, right? Because first of all, you know this, I'm overly proud of you.
Well, thank you.
So if anybody was going to turn that into a mission, it was going to be you.
It is truly my mission in life.
It is truly, yes. So tell the listeners how this process all started.
So the process was very hodgepodge, because I'm just, like I said, I'm just a regular person. So
not in my eyes, girlfriend. You're a rock
thank
star.
you. But we're still building. We started this in January of 2019.
Right.
So
1 year.
One year after Parker's passing, and got our 501c3, which is a big deal.
Huge deal.
Yes. So very proud of that. And what we do exactly is we go out and I speak. I do a lot of public speaking all over the place, Texas, Tennessee, all over the place, anywhere that they'll have me.
Absolutely, that's great.
And I often speak I speak a lot of times in school systems.
Amazing.
Because unfortunately, the statistics are not good for how young children are figuring out how to unfortunately take their lives.
Yeah.
And
well,
so,
it's a whole different world than we grew up
it
in.
absolutely is.
I mean, I feel terrible for kids sometimes.
I do too.
I'm like, because there's a lot of days I can't process.
Same.
I've been through a lifetime of stuff.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
so
it is. It's
I
really
speak to a lot of, when I say a lot, I mean about 50 to 60 speeches a year.
What?
Yes.
Girl, you go get it. I'm so proud of you. That's amazing. I mean, I knew you were speaking. I didn't know you were speaking that. That's incredible.
Yes. So we do a lot of speeches. We love to speak with churches, with honestly anybody who will let me through the door is who I'm speaking to.
Absolutely.
But we sponsor what our funds go to as we raise funds. Our funds go to, we have these awesome bracelets that have our...
Oh, I have those at home.
Yes, so our suicide prevention bracelets, which has our logo and the 988 on there.
Right.
And so it's literally on your wrist.
Should be on
24/7.
every teenager's wrist. Everybody. With mental, yeah, agreed. Totally. Yeah. Because you're not alone.
Exactly.
But you feel alone.
Right.
The feeling is you have no other option.
Correct. And that's obviously how people take their lives. Is They don't feel like there is another option, but there is.
Absolutely.
There is another option, and that is our mission in life.
It's amazing.
So we hand out these everywhere, and those are free for everybody. And then we also, one of the things I am most proud of, we sponsor a lot of sports teams and high school football teams, basketball teams, girls softball, girls cheerleading, everything you can think of. And we get the word out because it is, like I said, with reaching your hand out, it's exponential.
Absolutely.
And if I have seen
and
in
even
real
the
life,
reaching of the hand shows there is somebody that cares about you.
Right.
You're not truly alone.
You're not truly alone. So we try to start, what we're really focused on with education is educating our youth that these are temporary problems and don't take a permanent solution.
Absolutely.
And so through speaking engagements and getting our name out there and our bracelets out there and everything else, we are facilitating a way for them to process, wait a minute, maybe I can take just a minute.
Right.
So,
and that 60 seconds can rewrite history.
Let me tell you something funny. So
first of all, this wouldn't be you and I sitting on a podcast. Come on now.
Excuse me. So everyone right after, my dad had just passed and Parker had just passed, and everyone was so wonderful in my community and just friends and family.
I remember being your dad's funeral.
Yes, absolutely. And then you were at Parker's. Everybody came.
Well, your family. That's what we do.
Right. That's what we do. And the scary and hard part is when that door closes and that last person flies home.
Truth.
That's hard.
Because you're alone.
You're alone.
With your thoughts.
Yep.
And with your... Was there guilt?
No.
Good.
I don't have guilt.
You're one of the best mothers I've ever met.
No, I don't have guilt.
Good.
And I've never been mad at God. I've never been mad at Parker.
No.
I think Parker had one moment. He had one moment.
He had one moment.
One moment. That's what I truly believe in my soul.
Yes.
But everyone well-meaning, and my heart is grateful forever for everyone in their community, but they would come to the door, and no one knows what to say when you come to the door of someone who's lost a loved one. Certainly not somebody who is dealing with all that.
Right.
And everyone would say, "How are you?" And finally, I think I just had a whole breakdown, and I said, "You know what, Nancy?" I said,
"Give me the chicken casserole first of all."
Yeah, thank you for the casserole. However,
where's the coffee cake?
Yeah. So I said, "You know what, Nancy?" I said, "You know what? I'm making it 7 minutes at a time." I said,
Truth.
10 minutes is too much. 5 minutes isn't enough because I'm a goal setter. So 7 minutes it is.
I said, such a Camile thing.
Yeah. I said, I'm making it 7 minutes at a time. Right. And let me tell you something, Deb. I would sit down in my darkest moments and I would set that phone timer to 7 minutes. And I would just say, Lord, if I can just make it through these 7 minutes. I don't have to worry about the next. I'm only going to try to make it through these 7 minutes.
Focus on this 7 minutes.
This is the 7 minutes I'm focused on. This is it.
That's amazing.
And I'm telling you what, I have lived my life still sometimes today 7 minutes at a time. So
That's a really good, idea.
I think you can use it with everything in
Yeah,
life.
I mean, I deal with trauma and addiction. That's my specialty. And, honestly,
7 minutes. Just take
that's
7
it.
minutes.
I love that.
Set your phone timer.
Using that with clients.
7 minutes at a time.
Because I teach
10
the
minutes,
1%
too
theory.
much.
Like 15 minutes
Yep.
a day can change your life. That's 1% of your day. But
Right.
7 minutes is truthfully, and when you're in the most pain that you could possibly be in, 7 minutes sounds like 7 weeks.
It sounded like 7 million years
Yeah.
is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
And so I would watch that phone timer and I would just cry and beg God to save me.
Right.
And he did.
In the midst of a divorce, where a pretty ugly divorce.
It was indeed.
Yes, it totally was.
Yes,
But
so-
your class, your elegance, your strength, and the true Camile was not going to roll over.
No.
Never. I mean,
No.
your other 2 children are amazing.
They are.
I mean, it's an honor to have watched them grow up.
They are.
And I'm close to both. I keep in touch
Yes.
with both. And
Well, Riley and Savannah are co-presidents of Parker Strong.
yes.
And we have a board of directors, and they are co-presidents. So they are, for 26-year-olds, I think they're doing some pretty amazing things.
They are doing incredible things.
Yeah.
I'm over the moon proud of them. But, there was adversity.
Right.
And they didn't lay down and die.
That's right.
They're like you. They got their strength from you.
Well, thank
we
you.
were going to turn this into something where we were going to make sure that people had a place to
And
go.
they are so passionate about this cause.
Yes.
It was their little brother, their baby brother.
Absolutely.
So-
Absolutely.
Yep. So
Let's talk a little bit about Parker. Let's honor that.
I will,
Yeah.
but first I have to tell you something that's really cool.
Go.
Cool.
Tell me.
So we had been brainstorming on, like you were talking about, like our 7-minute thing.
Absolutely.
You know how, especially in your line of work,
Absolutely, yeah.
that sometimes it's hard to start a conversation about mental health, especially, let's be honest, Deb, especially with like dudes.
Absolutely.
Like
We're getting better as
we
a
are getting
society.
better, but
We're
one
getting- the
dude to
pandemic tried
another.
to help.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, one
Absolutely.
dude to another,
Absolutely.
like a coworker, or
Yeah.
maybe somebody you don't know
Right.
that well, but you really see them struggling.
Right.
And Riley came up with this brilliant idea that I cannot be more proud of. We have created these hope benches.
Wow.
And they are huge red benches. I'll have to send you a picture.
I would love to.
And they are, they're waterproof. They're heavy metal. They have to be like bolted in the ground.
They're staying. They're not going anywhere.
not going anywhere. And they're hope benches because it's a place that you can go and start a conversation about mental health awareness without it being weird, like Starbucks or your house or
because it is still, I mean, even though we know so much more, people don't have to struggle with anything anymore.
It's still a stigma.
But it's because, our fear of being judged.
Right.
Especially your children's age.
Right.
I mean, studies show that generation, their number one fear isn't money in the bank or, it is what other people think of them.
100%.
So I mean, that just adds mounds to pressure.
It does.
I mean, it's not an easy world.
No, it's not.
To
It's
be
not for any
navigated.
of us.
No, not at all. But
We unfortunately, especially we really love these hope benches. They're put all over the place.
how many do you have?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and we're going to cut this from the segment because Camille can't pull that number out of her head. No, we have. I think we are at 15 now.
That's
18.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Somewhere along there.
I love that. Any in Texas?
Not yet.
Okay, they're
the day's
coming.
young. They're the
The
day's
day's
young.
young, right?
So the hope benches, though, we have them at elementary schools, middle schools,
Love
high
this.
schools,
A safe spot.
city parks, and we have them
Wow.
at city parks. We have them at churches. We have them
Wow.
at the Ace Hardware.
That's incredible.
We
A
have
safe
them
spot to go
everywhere.
process. I love this.
Yes. And one of the greatest things about these hope benches is, number one, the accessibility. Anybody can
Absolutely.
walk up to it. But I'll tell you something really interesting that sparked this too. Did you know that when you see the park bench on the playground for middle school and elementary school
they're
kids?
like a wired,
Yeah, they're
hardwired.
well, and did you know that those are for the teachers to sit on?
Stop
To
it.
watch the kids.
Right.
So where is the spot for the kids to sit on to maybe draw a little bit of attention to a concerned teacher or a parent?
Process some thoughts.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from
Exactly.
the situation just to gather.
And so
Truly, I love that. That's
this
just
has become,
powerful.
and they're bright red benches.
I love that.
Our Parker's favorite colors were red,
Right.
black, and white.
Yes.
So the really neat thing is that these big red benches are designated for the kids to
love
go
that.
and have a place. And we're working on having youth ambassadors that will help facilitate getting people into the right counseling and right organizations. And so we're starting young.
Yeah.
Because
and that's where you have to start, because
yes.
you know, living with unresolved trauma, it's coming at some point, you know.
Absolutely.
And Parker's hit bang just at one. I mean, I don't know how anybody processed, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, as a family member, I was struggling processing.
Right.
You know,
it wasn't just a lot to take on.
It was
all
a
at
lot.
Once.
It was. It definitely was. But I mean, you handled it like a champion. Totally. So that's amazing.
Well, thank you.
That's incredible. I'm so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
You know,
I appreciate it.
I
very
hear
much.
so many stories of people. They're like, I just can't. I have to lay down and die. I'm like you said, you know, when the Lord spoke to you, you have two options.
You're either a victim or a survivor.
Right.
And such is life, right? Such is life.
Truly.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I personally don't have horrific days where I cannot get out of that bed or I cannot move because I'm paralyzed with grief. Still to this day, I am paralyzed often with the grief.
Child.
It's my child, and we are not meant to bury our children.
We are not meant to.
But
ever
I
see
will
them.
tell you that I keep standing up, being brave, and moving forward.
I love that.
And sometimes it's just those 7 minutes at a time that I got to move forward.
Yeah.
I can't do better than that.
It's
I can't.
not easy to pick up your existence, you know, and put on a face that you look like you're okay when you know you're not okay.
Right.
You know, but I love that 7-minute rule. I'm going to use that.
I love
there
that.
are definitely some days where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like,
yeah, when
all
life
right.
gets so overwhelming.
Did this happen to me?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So no, I totally agree.
Yeah. Would you like for me to tell you one of my favorite stories?
Absolutely.
From our organization?
Of course.
I actually have two, but we don't have that much time. But
we got all kinds of time, girl.
One of my favorite stories ever was I was speaking at Cumberland University here in Nashville, and I love the college crowd. I think that's a very great group to work with and get them more involved and get them even civic involved as well. So,
and also, there's a lot of them in that category of I'm terribly afraid of being judged. Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I was speaking at Cumberland University, and a very high-ranking faculty member. We don't mention anybody's names or anything like that in this organization, but a high-ranking faculty member. He came over. He was just one of the people that was milling around when I was done speaking, and he came up and shook my hand. And he went to shake my hand and tell me, you know, you shake your hand, you kind of lean in, and as he leaned in, he was saying, "Thank you so much for being here and taking your time to do this." And I said, "Oh, my word, it's my pleasure." And as he leaned in, he said, "I just lost my son." He said, "I just lost my son 8 weeks ago." And he started sobbing on my shoulder. And I can't even speak of it without getting chills on my arms.
I can't even
and
imagine.
He said, "I can't tell you how much I needed to hear this today because I wanted to give up prior to being here right now." And that is profound to me.
Absolutely. That's everything.
A 50-year-old man we're talking about.
Exactly. So, I mean, when you hear that, that's proof that you're impacting lives every single day.
Well, thank you.
I'm immensely proud of you for being part of the chaos. I don't know how you did it.
It is.
It's total chaos. Yeah, it was total chaos, and it truly was the perfect storm. And
so the end of the story is, after I was done speaking with him, I was walking through the little breezeway, and this beautiful little girl that was probably a freshman at school, at college, freshman at college, comes bolting over to me, and she said, she's got alligator tears roaring down her face. And she said, I'm stopping you because I wanted to tell you something. I said, "First of all, are you okay? Can I help you?" And she said, she introduced herself, and I said, "It's great to meet you. Here's my card. If you need anything, let me know. Please reach out. We're not suicide prevention hotline by any stretch of the imagination, but we will help you get into counseling, no matter what it takes.
Whatever you need, we'll facilitate the direction for that."
And she said, she had been hugging me, and she grabbed my hands, and she said, "No, you don't understand, Camile." She said, "I wasn't supposed to be in there today. She said, I was walking across the campus and I heard you speaking. And she said, I changed my mind about taking my life 15 minutes before I walked over.
Wow.
And she said, I'm now walking out of this speech and walking to the counselor's office.
Oh, girl.
So
if you, like on any, you can never, these are the stories that have to keep you going, right?
They do keep me going.
That's a beautiful story.
It's pretty amazing.
Right. So think that you're saving lives, not only saving lives, you're saving other parents from ever having to go through what you went through.
Well, parents, grandparents, like
right.
friends,
aunts from
yes,
Philly.
Yeah.
So crazy aunts from Philly.
Yes. So, and I can sit here and fill your podcast for days with stories.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
I think so
it is
incredibly proud.
Thank you.
Of the work that you're doing.
I think we may be little fish in the big pond, but we're making a splash.
That's all that matters, right? One step, one human, one day at a time.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Can we talk a little bit about Parker?
I'd love to.
All right.
My favorite subject.
I know,
all
right?
3 of my kids.
So he was just the happiest,
He really was.
I mean, just
truly jovial.
Jovial, right?
Yes.
And was just a sunshine into presence. And
yes.
Sadie reminds me a lot of that.
Sadie reminds me a lot
of Parker.
Him too.
And just because Sadie has a presence, about
it. Oh,
it just
boy, that girl, hot mess express. Love her.
Man, just a presence. She's my sunshine.
She is.
She brings me more joy.
Amazing.
She truly is.
Yes, I love that child.
Me too, right? And I love her. Like, she just cracks me up. She's my buddy.
Yeah.
Parker had that same warm, I'm so happy to see you, as a young child. Sometimes I would see him 14 times a year. Sometimes I would see him twice a year.
Yeah.
And every time, hung on every word. Big hug. Couldn't wait to be around me. Like,
he is the spinning image of, he's a lot of Dale Caraway. He's a lot of Captain Caraway.
Absolutely.
He's a lot of Captain Caraway.
Right.
So,
absolutely. Right. And your father was like that. Just overly engaging and so happy to see you.
Parker knew, even at a very young age, how to really listen and hear someone.
Yes.
Hear what they had to say.
Yes.
And he was literally brilliant.
Yes.
And I think part of that is, I think those brilliant kids are often misunderstood. And I think that is often difficult for the really brilliant kids to find their group and fit in.
Yeah.
And
I hope
truly
we're heading
brilliant.
in a direction where we applaud every human being.
I think that we are surely trying.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because we all have an amazing, unique ability and special place in this world.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Absolutely. But, thank you for sharing your son with me, because I had just held him as a little tiny baby too.
Yep.
It was special. He was truly family to me.
Yes, I know. And
so and well missed. I think about it every day.
Yeah.
Every single day. How much? And thank you. Let's talk about this beautiful bracelet that my friend bought me.
Yes.
Deb loves a little bracelet.
I do indeed know that, Deb. I do.
Deb loves a little bling, little
bracelet.
Yes,
I do indeed. So so our bracelets, those are the Omi beads. And you, Debbie, surely know about Omi beads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do. Absolutely.
They're natural stone.
Yes.
And Savannah.
Healing.
Yep. Savannah picks a different color each year that she thinks represents Parker.
Wow.
And I love that she does that every year. And this year's color is the kind of the natural look. And they're natural stones, so as you wear them and your natural body oils get on there, they'll get a little darker. And they're really beautiful.
I feel honored that you brought me one of these, by the way.
You're welcome.
Thank you
You're welcome.
very much.
Yes.
This is beautiful. And it is, like, just beautiful. When you wear something like this, it's not just beautiful. It's like...
It means something.
It means
and it's got little
something.
angel wings on there.
Yes. Well,
they get those out at the CMAs, and they're really cool.
Well, no doubt you're doing as big as the CMAs. No doubt. They were back in Frisco last year.
I know.
Crazy.
I went. That's when I was there.
Did you go there? Oh, that's why I could. Right. That's why I went out with your son. And
yes. And I was there earlier. I just left. So yeah.
One of my favorite kids, though, no doubt. Like, I couldn't get enough time. When I walked in there, he like trembled like a little kid, and he's like, "This is Deb." Like every friend, "This is Deb.
This is Deb.
This is the Deb."
I know.
I'm just gonna stand next to him for the rest of my life. and like let my ego go.
I know. Riley
Just for
and
the rest of
Savannah and Parker all absolutely, I mean, you're Aunt Deb.
Right.
So,
Well, I adore them and
Yeah.
have treasured every single moment that I've
Yeah.
had with all three of them. And the future for your twins, to me, is just, I am that
They're doing big
cheerleader on the
things.
sideline. Like, just you go get it. Go live your life. Go
Yeah.
be your mom. You know, I love
you.
that so much.
Thank you.
So you've done an incredible job. I really am,
you.
honestly, just one honor to be, and thank you for being
No,
so
thank you,
open
Deb.
and candid. And because this is what people need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell clients, I'm like, we don't have to live in a space anymore that we don't want to.
Correct.
There's so many different ways that we don't have to be there. We don't have to be in that spot anymore. And you know, I have a soft spot for any first of all, any human, and then anybody struggling.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like it's not even a job. It's just
Exactly.
what you do, you know. And I've been blessed enough
Yeah.
to be able to go do it. So yeah, it's just been crazy. So tell our listeners how you pivoted your life into this new empire you're running.
Thank you for that.
First of all, I was like, she is going to own the entire state of Tennessee. There's no doubt in my mind. She doesn't show up anything but fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, you know, mindset.
Yeah.
Mindset's everything.
Truth.
I can't say enough times in life, you're either a victim or a survivor in
Right.
every aspect of your life.
Every
So,
aspect, right?
Like, are you going
You can
to
play in the blame game. You can
Yeah.
do it all day long.
Oh, blame and
but you're-
shame
Yeah,
doesn't
but
get
you're
you
not.
anywhere.
When I tell you, it's getting you nowhere fast.
Yeah,
right.
getting you nowhere
absolutely.
fast. So,
Yeah.
I fortunately, you know, I'm a realtor, and then I'm also an investor.
Which is a new career for you.
Kind of. I was in commercial real estate back in Texas with my dad
Right.
for many, many, many years. And then when I got to Tennessee, I went, I do some commercial real estate now, but I love focusing on residential. So
Right,
I love, you know, this morning I had 2 closings. I had a fabulous first-time home buyer, I called them my little baby clients. I love them.
That's amazing.
And then
right?
the closing
to be
after
part
that.
of that
Yes!
process too, you must
It's
be like,
so
wow,
wonderful.
welcome to your future.
Yes.
I love that. I love
And,
that.
I mean, how smart are they to start building equity
Amen.
at 25 years old?
Absolutely,
So,
absolutely.
like, had we all been so smart. So,
Right, exactly.
and then my other closing after that was a fabulous gentleman that is 86 years old.
Amazing.
So both
Amazing.
sides, I just love it, and I
That's
love everything
fantastic.
in between. So,
yes, and no better
so,
personality
yes.
to do
Well,
it.
thank you, but I really do. I have great love for my career, but I also, my goal in life across the board is to just bring value to others.
Absolutely. Well, you've always been that way.
Well, thank you. But if I can just bring value to others, whether it's real estate or opening my
in your
Airbnb
home with
or
the
in
chili
my
and the
home,
Fritos.
yeah, right.
Don't think I forgot those days.
Oh,
Don't
right,
think I forgot those
right.
days. Little eagle bashing.
Right, yeah, little
Texas
Eagle Fashion, little Go
That's
Cowboys.
all right. It was all love. It was
Yeah, all in love.
Thank you
all in
for
love.
wearing my favorite Kelly Green today.
Oh, yeah,
In
it
honor-
pained me this morning,
in
Deb.
honor-
It pained me.
You're like, I'm just going to do this because I love Deb.
I
feel
love
that.
Deb, so, you know.
I feel it.
But,
Thank you for the sisterhood of that. I
yes,
appreciate
yes,
that.
so-
tell me about the investing.
So I have opened an Airbnb, which is quite fabulous, if I must say so myself.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a little spiel at the end, but we're going to give you a link to this place.
I would love that.
Your head's going to pop off.
Well,
I
it's
said it
Dolly
to Brad.
Parton and Taylor Swift and Johnny Cash themed. What's more fun than
I
that?
mean, I don't know. Nothing.
Well-
I can't think of a bigger party to be at.
And Debbie, does it shock you that I have
No.
disco balls in every room?
No, not at all.
What could be more fun than that?
Because there's regular ways and there's Camile's way.
That's right.
Like that's cool. That's a little basic. Camille would blow that shit up.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right. So I know it's not shocking
Right.
to you.
No, not at all, man. And
Yes.
amen. And the pictures, I haven't seen it yet. I'm so excited to come down and see it, but the pictures are amazing.
It's pretty fun.
Right?
It's pretty
and you
fun.
live right there.
I live next door.
And Riley lives.
Riley lives on so there's no connection between the upper and lower half of the Airbnb.
Okay.
And so the Airbnb is on top, and then we have a large gate.
We'll put some pictures up in this.
Yeah,
this
and
place,
then
too.
Riley lives on the lower half.
I mean, you want to go full Nashville country?
Oh,
you go
it's
there.
yeah. We've got a
mean,
whole Nashville room.
Did you design it?
I did.
Did you decorate it?
I did.
Did you have anybody come in and help?
I did not.
I mean, the wallpaper itself, I was like, I want to go up and hug that wallpaper.
Well, I've been in interior design for like 30 years now,
Yes.
so 25,
Yes.
20, like 10. I'm like not that old.
Right.
But anyway, you're like,
Yeah, you
wait.
started when you were 2.
I started when I was 2, so yeah.
Because your dad was a genius, so I see where it runs.
Yeah, right. So, but I have a full-time interior design business, a full-time real estate business, and then I also do the Airbnb and
How's the
investing.
Airbnb doing?
It's booked pretty much solid.
Wow, that's
So
amazing.
We just opened in September.
That's
and
incredible.
We're pretty booked through the month of July.
I
We've
can
got
imagine if
some
I was
spaces.
scrolling through Airbnb, I'd saw that, I'd be like, I don't even care what that costs. Bang.
Well, who doesn't want a pink kitchen? Come
Amen.
on.
Amen. It's a Dolly kitchen.
Yeah.
That's her kitchen.
100%.
Does it have to like the Duncan Hines cake mix, the Dolly?
They're framed in the and sitting on
love
the counter.
this. I
Yes.
love this. And
Yes.
it was really cool when the Country Music Awards came to Frisco
Yeah.
because it gave a taste of Nashville
Exactly.
to Frisco,
Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, who doesn't want to be in
Yeah.
Nashville? It's just it's
Nashville
the
is very, very fun. I would highly
best.
recommend it to any of
Oh
your
yeah,
listeners.
no. People are
Yeah.
like, I like call these guys. I'm like, who wants to go shoot another podcast in Nashville?
Yeah.
They're like, Deb, you're a little obsessed. Get over it, right?
Yeah, it's great here.
It's the best.
It really,
is
really
truly
is.
the best, and the people are wonderful, and you
People
feel
are so
safe
friendly.
here.
It is. It's the same as every other city, but back out where the Airbnb is, it's very, very safe. I mean, and
Yes.
not to mention, I live next door.
Right, exactly.
So-
and we're not messing with you, sister.
No.
It's totally
Texas girl all
Texas
day.
girl,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
exactly.
We don't do that.
No, we don't. First of all, don't give me a reason.
I know, right? Yeah. So
That is so funny. So that's doing really well.
Yeah, and real
Are you
estate is like-
investing in anything else?
stay tuned.
Oh,
Stay tuned.
Can't wait. I can't wait to hear it, right?
Yep.
So, what's next?
What's
Wait a
next?
minute. Wait a minute.
World domination, Deb? World
Wait a minute.
domination?
Back up. I want you to tell our listeners about the word of the year.
Oh, this is my favorite thing.
I heard this the other day. I'm like, can I go pour a glass of wine and then get back up? And she's like, yeah, go. Take your time.
Yeah, exactly. So every year I set my goals, and as we all do. I mean, most of us do. If
Right.
you have the right mindset, you do.
Right, absolutely.
And so every year I set my goals, but I started adopting about 5 years ago or so. I was like, goals sometimes get kind of bogged down, and then you
Right.
lose sight of them, and then by like
Right.
June you're like, I don't know what my goals
You're like,
were.
goals,
I don't know
schmoll,
what they were.
Where's my cheeseburger and beer? I
Yeah,
feel that,
exactly. So I started adopting this new program for myself where I have a word of the year.
Love this story.
So 3 years ago, my word was thrive. And so I would say to myself, every time I go to do an activity, whatever it is, does this make me feel like I'm thriving in my life?
Right.
Whatever
Is
it
this
is.
taking me places?
Like,
Right.
is this taking me places? Do I feel like I'm thriving
Absolutely.
in
right.
this environment?
As opposed to
Yeah.
existing.
As opposed to existing.
Right.
And then last year's word was magnetic.
Love
Does
that.
this make me feel magnetic? And do I give magnetism out there to the world? Because
Right.
that's what I want.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you from, the 30-year friendship, although we're only 29.
I know, right?
We'll solve that on the next podcast. But you do.
Well, thank
You're
you.
a people attractor.
Well, thank you.
I love that about you.
Well, thank
You
you.
know, it's amazing.
But this year's word for 2024, and I think about this I start
Girlfriend, no
thinking in
doubt
like
in my head.
October. Like I'm in it.
I'm starting my Christmas list.
Yeah, I'm doing my
getting
word of the
Black
year.
Friday. I'm on my word
Yes.
of the year. I love
So I decided unequivocally,
Right.
my word this year is delusional. I'm going to live my life so big, I am going to appear delusional. And it's working out
It's
great.
so true. And if you know you're like, she probably hit that goal by like February 2nd. Like if you know you're like, and it is so true. And I love your social media. Like
Oh,
it just
thank you.
literally brings like a smile to me, and I'm like, there's my girl. Every time you see it. And you know what? Watching it makes you feel free.
Right.
Like you're like, wow, I want to be delusional.
Right.
So I'm
Why not?
Shine up for some delusion.
Right. Why not? I mean,
Right.
and so when I go in to do anything, like, should I be on a podcast today? Sure. Why not?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Should I have it launch my new show? Absolutely. Why not?
Amen. Amen.
So delusional. Work it out.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Oh, that's a Riley Reynolds.
Yes.
He got that from whoever
Wayne
it was.
Gretzky.
That's the one.
Wayne Gretzky.
Yep.
And
So,
true.
It is true.
And it's such, I think, I knew it before, like, my shit hit the fan, but I think it really resonated. I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
We're not going to get a retake on this.
No.
Get out there and make every single day like it's the best damn day of your life.
Exactly.
You
Not
know?
that we don't have bad days.
Right.
That's the point of this organization as
Or
well.
right.
But
But managing the bad days has become
Correct.
very different to me.
It has for me too.
Yeah.
It has for me too.
Now I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to put any energy in this sucker.
Yep.
Come on, Deb.
Right.
Put your big girl pants on. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's go.
Let's
So,
go. Right.
yeah,
Phone a friend.
So, yep. Phone a friend. And
Right.
I am a big advocate of counseling.
Absolutely.
I couldn't say enough great
Yeah.
things about
Yeah.
my counselor and
Yeah.
the counseling that
And we have so many
have
directions between
received.
counselors and therapists and coach right now, you know,
Right.
and it's so funny because a lot of my clients are like, I can't. I'm like, that, you know what you're saying to me? You won't try.
Right.
That's what you're saying to me. 'Cause
Right.
I'm going to give you this bucket of tools.
Right.
And it's going to change your life. But if you're not going to reach down there and get them,
All you got to do is go for it.
amen. We are one uncomfortable action away from changing every single thing in our life.
You got that right.
You were never a stone stepper. You've been a stone jumper your whole life.
I would say yes.
Yes,
to
that's
that.
pretty fair
That's
assessment.
a fair
right?
assessment, yes.
I think I was always a stone jumper too until everything kind of hit, and I'm like, I have to step stones. So I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah, because sometimes you got to regroup, man.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
you gotta regroup.
Totally right, regroup. And you know, I had to sit with myself, and I know I've shared this with you before. I had to really sit with myself and be like, you know, I have so many people be like, you know, Deb's so fabulous, Deb's so cool, Deb's so generous, and it was just words that would just bounce off of me, right?
Right.
So I'm like, I need to really sit down and decide
Right.
what kind of Deb I'm going to be.
Yeah.
You know, I need, all these incredible people are telling me these incredible things. I need to start
100%.
owning that and living that.
100%.
You know,
That's true.
for
That's
me-
mindset.
Total mindset.
Total mindset.
Total mindset, right?
Are you a victim or are you a survivor?
Right. And we talk about all this now. Like, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, shit
Yeah.
changes.
It does.
It really does. Because, you know, when you can't even take or stand yourself another day,
Yep.
you're like, that's my option.
Yeah.
You know?
Change it.
Change it. Absolutely. And it's so encouraging. And I love that you spread that to people. You know, and I try to tell people, I'm like, listen, we can fix everything. But death-
Everything's fixable.
everything but death is fixable.
Everything.
We can fix it. You don't have to be anywhere you don't want to be.
Well, let me highly recommend that you adopt the word delusional because it's
I'm
very
due.
freeing.
Bradley, get my tour bus that says delusional on the side.
Yeah, absolutely delusional.
I want
Yes.
an Eagles green tour bus that says delusional on the side. And then all right, out of respect for my dear friend and family, do the other side in a damn blue and put
Yes,
delusional
there
on
we
that
go.
side too.
Yes.
Make sure your camera angle is only on the green. Yes, I mean, I totally get it.
Yeah. So it is very freeing though to.
All right, give me a little sneak peek. What do you got? What I know you live life big.
I do indeed.
You totally
I do.
So give me a little snippet. Dating, something in the works. Give me something.
Oh, there's always something in the cooker. Deb.
I know.
There's
I know,
always
right?
something in
We
the
don't
cooker.
ever leave the bottle empty.
I know, right?
Because you never know when you need that last drop.
Exactly. So all kinds of good things. So,
Good.
Yeah. Right now,
Good.
I'm really focused on living my best life.
Yeah.
I
And
really am.
Savannah is
Yes.
dropping, is finishing law school.
Yeah.
So proud of her.
Savannah finishes law school on May 24th.
I can't even stand it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
know.
going to be a party.
And you know,
for-
Riley just got a ginormous promotion.
I can't even believe it.
And he is a full-on investment banker now.
I can't even, you know, there was never a time in my life that I just didn't adore Riley. Right? Riley was my
Yeah.
person. You know, when I walked in that night into the bar and he was like, it was like, I don't think I could have hugged him tight enough,
Right.
you know, and he really is both just incredible,
Yeah.
incredible children.
They really
so
are.
I'm looking forward to spending just ridiculous time with them.
Yes, I can't wait.
Now that I'm part, you know,
Nashvilleian?
Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now I picked up another state I'm in. but
Yeah,
that's
hanging
okay.
up in Nash Vegas.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
I like it though. Like
Yeah.
I roll in with a cool posse. It's
Right,
amazing, right?
right.
I'm like, who would have thought this amazing thing would happen? Tell the listeners, how can they get your energy? How can they get help in real estate? How can they get involved?
I
help
will
Parker
send you
Strong?
all kinds of good, valuable links, and they can. The easiest place is Facebook or Instagram to
Great.
connect with Parker Strong,
And it's under Parker Strong.
it's under Parker Strong for suicide prevention and education. It's a
Beautiful.
very long. So there's more than one Parker Strong, so it's the whole words Parker Strong
Right.
for suicide prevention and education.
Right.
And our cards that I've given to all you guys have the link on there as well.
Right.
And then for real estate, you know, that's easy.
You want
Call
this
me.
chick. Right,
Yeah.
you want this chick to
Yeah.
help you sell a
So-
house. Because first of all, you're going to laugh your ass off in the car. I'm going to be 100% honest. You're like, there's no Whataburger here.
Well,
I
I
know that.
did. There is Whataburger here now.
Stop it.
Oh yeah, we have
yeah.
one. Yeah, we have one up by my house.
Some of my most favorite moments were going in your car, your big red car to Whataburger?
Yeah.
Packing all the kids.
Yeah, packing all the
65
kids.
children
Yeah.
in a car
Yeah.
to go to a water
Everybody's doling
park
out the
on
Whataburger.
the hottest damn day
Yeah, I know.
in Texas. Yeah.
I know. So, yeah, real estate, I'm with Simply Home.
Perfect.
And absolutely love it. We have locations all over the Metroplex, everywhere.
Great.
So
What's your email? Give us a shout out to that so they can get in
it's
touch with you.
carawayproperties@gmail.com. So that's
Awesome.
carawayproperties@gmail.com.
And where can these people go get a glimpse of this? First of all, when we shoot there, what are the chances we're leaving?
No, y'all should definitely stay.
Right.
Yeah,
we're gonna
definitely
stay,
100%
for sure.
stay.
We're definitely gonna stay. But yeah, so how do I get this fabulous Airbnb?
It is
Because I'm
on-
sure for like couples.
Oh, I've had the funny thing. I thought it would be mainly like bachelorette parties,
Right.
but it's been all men and women.
It's
And we've had
fantastic.
tons of birthday parties there.
Well, I mean, these are legends.
Yeah, they're legends.
They
I mean,
rock.
Johnny
They're
Cash,
right, with any human being.
Dolly Parton. We've got
Right.
a national room, and we've got Taylor Swift.
I'm so blown away that you put Taylor Swift in there.
Yeah.
Because now it was a big Philly thing, right?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Travis Kelce was
Yeah.
with, and they're like, oh my God, I'm like, don't be a hater.
Don't be a hater.
Don't be a. She rocks.
She does.
And she's from Philadelphia originally.
Yes.
So I'm like,
Well, she graduated from Hendersonville High School.
yeah. Oh, that's here.
Yeah, here. That's where the Airbnb is.
Yeah, because I think she was originally in the Allentown, or was that Pink in the Allentown? She was from.
I think it was Pink.
Okay.
I don't know. Who
Well, yeah,
knows?
she grew up in it because she was
Yeah.
big,
Yeah,
big
she graduated
supporter.
from Hendersonville High.
We lost her to another Kelsey brother, but that's okay. We're
Yeah.
cool with that. I'm not. No
And
bad.
the funny thing is, I have full size. I mean, why would I not? Full size Dolly Parton and Taylor Swift cutouts at my Airbnb where you take pictures. Every room, by the way, is a photo opportunity for Instagram.
I love
It's
this.
very Instagrammable, and it's
We're
very
gonna be filming
set.
it everywhere and be like, yes,
Yeah.
here we're in the bathroom. Let's go.
Yeah,
Come on,
it's
bring-
very set up for social media, and
Yeah.
it's a vibe.
Do you keep a book to hear like
Yes.
reviews? That's amazing.
Yes.
I can't even.
Oh, we've
imagine.
had 2 movies shoot there already.
I can't. Which movies?
I
Tell
don't
us.
know the name of them. They were
Right.
both independent films, but still.
Amen.
Yeah, but
I
you'll
love
love
that.
this, Debbie. My Taylor Swift girl that's in the Taylor Swift room,
Right.
because the whole room's themed Taylor Swift. I bought her a wig. She's got hair.
Oh my gosh, that is great. I can't wait to see it. I'm
You're gonna love
totally
it.
excited.
Yeah,
and we're
you're
gonna
gonna
take
love
happy hour to Deb there.
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna go
So,
and film some fun stuff.
Yes, it will be great. So that's on both Airbnb. It's called the Dolly Dream House.
The Dolly Dream
Yes,
House.
Dolly Dream House.
I always wanted to live in a Barbie Dream House.
This one is pretty darn close.
Damn, I
It's-
might move
yeah,
in.
it's-
I don't know.
it's very
What's
pink
it costing
and-
me a night? I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
we're gonna have to start treating a little more people.
Yeah. So the Dolly Dream House, and it's like I said, it's just a whole vibe. It's,
I love
it's amazing.
it.
It's on Airbnb and VRBO.
It's so you.
It is.
That's so you. Like
It is.
people do this.
yeah.
Camille buys the entire table. I don't even want this. Get that shit off my table. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Yeah, the dishes are pink as well.
Oh, I'm no
and
doubt.
teal.
No doubt. No doubt.
The bathroom's hot pink.
I know.
So-
I was looking at the pictures. I'm like, I love that. You know,
I know,
if it's
awesome.
extra, Deb loves
Oh,
it.
it's extra. It's
Yeah.
right up our alley.
Right, you
Yeah.
know, right. I'm
right
like,
up our
how do we
alley.
get it bigger? Blow that sucker up. Bigger, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're gonna love it.
Right,
It's
I'm so excited.
4-bedroom. It comfortably sleeps 12. There's 4-bedroom. There's bunk beds. There's queens.
What
and
an
fold-out
amazing
sofas.
investment.
It's absolutely amazing, and
I'm
the fact
so
that
proud.
it's right next door. It's easy to take care of. and-
Amen, right?
So it's wonderful, and a nice, safe community.
Yes.
Very nice.
So safe to say, and I've known this, forever, you turned a mess into a mission.
I did.
Yeah. I don't even know if you know this. This podcast is about celebrating heroes that don't have capes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for being a hero.
Oh,
in
I
this.
appreciate that,
You know,
Deb.
I just adore you.
I adore you too.
I've got one last question.
Yes,
You're going to come back, right?
absolutely. I'd
You're
love
going
to
to come back? You're going
I'd
to keep
love
us
to.
informed?
Yes, I'd love to.
All right, cool. Because
So-
we definitely would love to have you
I
back.
would love to be back.
I literally told Bradley and Trevor that I wish we had you first in the morning because I'm like, the energy would have kept us pumped. I'm like, we could have filmed for 16 hours, right? I'm like, her energy was just going to keep us going and going and going. So,
Well, you know what I say, Debbie? Adderall, coffee, and water, and
amen.
some
right.
air, and we're good to
Amen.
go.
Right,
so.
exactly. I'm like, until about 3 o'clock, and then we start taking it down.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, one
At
would hope.
3 o'clock,
Yeah.
we're like, let's just start taking it down so we don't have heart palpitations and no friends. by
Right,
then.
exactly.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
Thank you, my
I'm
love.
honored.
It
I'm
was
honored to be
truly
here.
a pleasure.
Yes,
And we
honored.
can't wait to hear more.
Well, thank you so much, Debbie. I appreciate it.
Oh, I love you.
you.
I love you too.